Hello, welcome back. This is going to be part 4 of my introduction into CSS series. In this video, we'll be touching specificity. So specificity is how the browser decides which CSS property values are most relevant and applies them to the HTML elements. It is a weight given to a CSS declaration, and it is assigned by a number. In order of increasing specificity, so from least to most, least being type selectors such as HTML elements, followed by class selectors, and then ID selectors. And that of higher specificity are what are called inline styling, which I'll show in this video. All right, so you can think of it like a priority list. All right, let's move back to our CSS and HTML. So I've removed all the prior CSS, and I'll remove the this class and ID. All right, in the browser, as you can see, there's no more styling applied to our Chris Evans profile page. Now we're going to add a type selector. So let's add a body selector and declare a color of red and confirm that on the web page by refreshing. All right, so that's an example of a type selector, which we've touched on before. Then let's add a class called green with a property color and a value of green. And let's also add an ID called purple. And within the rule set, we'll add a color of purple declaration. All right. Now in our HTML, let's work on this first paragraph. So let's add the class of green and save. So we expect this first paragraph, once I refresh, to have a green color. All right. So it's applied that class styling of green. Now let's add the ID of purple and save. So what do we expect to happen? In terms of specificity, ID has a higher specificity than class, so we expect the purple color to get applied. And another note, in the CSS, you can see that CSS is read from top to bottom, and although the purple ID is above the green, the ID purple gets applied over the class of green, which is below it, because it has a higher specificity. Okay, so moving on to what's called inline styling. Inline styling is a styling applied at the HTML level. So we add it in the starting tag of an HTML element. We use the attribute style, and it takes a value that is CSS. Okay, as an example, color, and we'll set that to pink. So as you can see, it is the same syntax as our CSS. Now, in terms of specificity, inline styling has the highest specificity over ID and class. So we expect this paragraph to apply that pink font color. And we can confirm that by refreshing. There we are. So it's applied that pink color because of the specificity order. So although it's got this ID of purple, this class of green, and this inline styling of font color pink, it only applies the highest specificity, in this case, color pink. Okay?